Hello friends, in today's video we are going to do the analysis of this recursive program which I have written in my last video for the minimum coin change problem. So you may be thinking why I have taken different example here. So through this example it will be easier for us to analyze for the DP properties. And one more thing, if you have not watched my previous video in which I have written the recursive program, then please go and watch that video before coming here. Otherwise it will be difficult for you to understand. Now let's start. So what I am going to do here is I am going to calculate what is the minimum coin required for amount equal to 25 using these coins. So basically I am going to make a function called to coin change 25, and here I am representing coin change with C. So first of all, when C of 25 will be called, what it will do? It will check whether n is equal to 0. N is 25, so it will be false. Again it will check whether n is smaller than 0. It is not, so this line will not execute. So what it is going to do after that is it will create a minimum coin variable for itself and is going to initialize it to infinity. Now we will come to this particular for loop, and what we are doing in this for loop, we are trying all the coins. So basically at first we are going to try this 5 rupees coin. So coin taken will be 1. So here it is 1 plus 1/4 this particular coin taken. Then we are going to make a recursive call to coin change n minus c. N is 25 and c is 5. So C of 20 will be called, and when C of 20 will be called, this line will be on hold for this particular function C equal to 5, and C equal to 10 and 20 will also be on hold. That is trying of these two coins. Okay. So what is going to happen is C20 will come for its own execution. And again C20 will check whether n is equal to 0. Is it? No. Is n smaller than 0? No. So again it is going to create a mean coin variable for itself. And again this for loop will execute. So what is this for loop going to do? It will create a coin needed variable which will be equal to 1 plus that is, I am trying this particular coin, and coin I have taken is 1. And 1, when I will take this particular coin, I will make a recursive call to coin change n minus c. N is 5 and c is, n is 20 and c is 5. So I will make a recursive call to c15. And then this particular c15 will go for its own execution, and for c equal to 20, these two C equal to 10 and C equal to 20 will be on hold. Got it? Now C15 will come for its own execution. This condition will be false. This condition will be false. It will create a mean coin variable for itself and will initialize it to infinity. Again it will check that again it will come in this particular for loop. Then there will be coin needed variable created. Then 1 plus coin change of n minus c, and is 15 and c is 5. So basically I am trying the first option here. So c of 10 will be called, and again c of 10 will come for its own execution. It will create a mean coin variable 1 plus c of 5. Correct? Then again c of 5 will come for its own execution and will create a mean coin variable. Then we'll take the first option and we'll call C of 0. And when C of 0 will be called, n is equal to 0 will be true and 0 will be returned from here. So coin needed is 1 here for C equal to 5, and coin needed is smaller than mean coin. Mean coin is infinity. So in mean coin I will update coin needed. Okay. So if I have amount equal to 5 and I have taken this particular option, I will need only 1 coin. Okay. So for c equal to 5, that is this function call, I am going to try second option, that is 10 rupee coin. And when I will try a 10 rupee coin, so it will be 1 plus, it will make a function called to c of minus 5. Okay, and once it has made a function called to c of minus 5, it will return infinity. So 1 plus infinity is infinity, and coin needed is infinity, and mean coin is 1. So this condition will be false and it is not going to be updated. Again c of 5 is going to try third option, that is 20 rupees coin. So 1 plus c of minus 15, and c of minus 15 will return infinity from here. This one is smaller, so mean coin is not going to be updated. So for C5, all the three options, that is for this particular for loop has executed, and once this for loop will execute, we are going to return mean coin. And what is mean coin? 1. So we will return 1 from here to C10, that is C5 will return 1 to C of 10, and see here coin needed for function called C10 for c equal to 5 is 2, and 2 is smaller than c. Coin needed is 2 and 2 is smaller than infinity, so this particular line will execute and we are going to update 2 here. Got it? Then C10 is going to try second option, that is 10 rupee coin, and when it will try second option, 1 plus coin change of n minus c, n is 10, c is 10, so c of 0, and when c of 0 will be called, 0 will be returned. 1 plus 0, that is coin needed for c equal to 10 is 1, and 1 is smaller than mean coin, so mean coin will be updated to 1. Got it? Now c of 10 will take the third option, and in third option it will take this 20 rupee coin, 1 plus c of minus 10, and it will return infinity from here. So as you can see here, this one is smaller, so this one is not going to be updated, and once c of 10 has tried these three options, it is going to return 1 from here. Okay, and it is going to return 1 to c of 15, and as you can see here, this is 2, it is smaller than infinity, so we are going to update 2 here. Now c of 15 is going to try its another option. Now c of 15 is going to try 10 rupee coin, and so here 1 coin plus it is going to call c of 5. See, here c of 5 has already grown, so as you can see here, it is a duplicate problem. And what is c of 5 going to do? C of 5 will again try three options, that is it will take 5 rupee coin, it will take 10 rupee coin, and it will take 20 rupee coin, and here it is going to call c of 0, here c of minus 5, and here c of minus 15. So from here we already know that we are returning 1, so we will return 1 from here, and yeah, so here it is 2 and here it is 2, so nothing is going to be updated. Again c of 15 is going to try third option, that is 20 rupees coin. So once it will try, when it will try 20 rupee option, 1 plus, it is going to make a function called to c of minus 5. So it is not a valid option, so basically infinity will be returned from here, 2 is smaller, so nothing is going to happen, and c of 15 is going to return 2 to c of 20. Okay, and c of 20, what it will do? It will update 3 here, and what c of 20 will do? C of 20 will try another option, that is it will take 10 rupee coin. So coin taken is 1, and then it will call c of 10, and when c of 10 will be called, again this whole tree will grow. So basically I am representing this particular thing with this particular tree. So what is going to be written from here? 1 will be written. Okay, so 1 plus 1 equal to 2, it is smaller than 3, so this line will execute, and in mean coin I am going to update 2, And now after that, what is going to happen? C of 20 is going to try for the third option, that is 20 coin. This particular coin. So when it will go for this coin, 1 plus C of 0, and it will return 0 from here. Coin needed for this particular option is 1. It is smaller than 2, so 1 will be updated here. Got it? And 1 will be returned to C of 25 for coin equal to, for the C of 25 first option, that is C equal to 5. So as you can see, it is 2, it is infinity. So 2 will be updated here. Now what is C of 25 going to do? C of 25 is going to try this and this. So basically C of 10 is going to try this particular coin. So 1 plus C of 15 it will call. So as you can see here C of 15. So again this particular big tree will grow. And what is this big tree returning? 2. So it will return 2 from here. So 1 plus 2 equal to 3. So coin needed through this particular option is 3. Is it smaller than the coin needed through this particular option? No. So we are not going to update it. So again what will happen? C of 25 will try its third option, which is of 20 rupee coin. 1 coin plus it is going to call C of 5. So again see, here we already had C of 5, here also we had C of 5, and again C of 5 is getting called. And what is C optimal answer for C of 5? We have already find it out. So I am using a shortcut. Basically it will grow a tree in itself here, and it will return 1 from here to this particular function. So 1 plus 1 equal to 2, and coin needed for C equal to 20 is 2, and as you can see here, coin needed is 2, mean coin is 2. So coin needed is not smaller than mean coin, so this line will not execute. So basically this for loop will end for C equal to 25, that is C equal to 25 had tried all the option, and the minimum coin here is 2, and which we are getting 3, this option also and this option also. So what C of 25 will do? C will 25 will execute this particular line and will return 25 from here. Sorry, will return 2 from here. And 2 is the minimum coin required here, and we know what it is. It is 20 rupee coin and a 5 rupee coin. Okay, 20 rupee coin and a 5 rupee coin. So this is the answer. And one more thing, the analysis part. C5, 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 C15, C15. Okay, and there are C10 also was there. So basically what I am trying to say is, you can see how many duplicates call are made here. So basically dynamic programming property overlapping subproblem is satisfied. Okay, and we have already written recursive equation, so it is also satisfied. And what was the third property? Optimal substructure. See, it is very dirty, but C of 25 has called C of 20, C of 15 and C of 5. 3 function call. So basically what C of 25 is doing is, C of 25 is making 3 sub calls, and among those sub calls C of 25 is choosing the minimum one. So basically the optimal substructure property is also satisfied here. That is, a problem is breaking itself into sub problems, and using those sub problems the main problem is coming to its own answer, and the sub problems are going to produce the maximum optimal answer in itself. So optimal substructure property is also satisfied. So basically what are my conclusions from here? We can apply dynamic programming in this particular problem. So in next video what we are going to do, we will see the dynamic programming top down version. And if you have liked this particular video, then please like, share and subscribe, and thanks a lot for watching.